I think we are live, everyone.
We live?
Yeah, actual recordings in higher quality. Thanks for letting me know that.
But are we live?
Yeah, no, we're live. I see it.
We're live?
Mm-hmm. I'm literally looking at it right now. Welcome back to the Hero Brew. This is Max Haracat. We got Austin Coyle, Cameron with you today.
Gang.
What is up?
What up, everyone? How are you guys?
Doing good.
Great.
Oh, Chunky Tuesday, the boys, my goats. What's up, Jeremy? What's up, big dog? Yeah, we decided to do something different for this podcast, or for this episode of the podcast. We decided to go live with it just to see kind of the interactions we'll get and stuff. But yeah, I'm pretty pumped about this episode, guys.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. Talking about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, dude, we're gonna be talking about Phase 5, like what our impression is with all of Phase 5 since it officially ended with Thunderbolts. Even though I did not know that it ended with Thunderbolts, I kind of forgot there was phases for a second.
Yeah,
but
everything blended together.
Phase 4, honestly, dude, I was like, when did Phase 4 end? What up, Big Cali Mo? What up, big dog? Are you guys still my mods for this?
Got the boys in here.
Yeah, dude, got the boys. Yeah, you guys just want to jump into it?
Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm down. Let's get after it.
Okay, dude. So we could go, whoever wants to go first, I don't care. I'm just going to ask this question. What's your overall impression of Phase 5 so far? Do you guys want me to go over the projects beforehand?
Yeah, just remind you guys. Go over them real quick.
Little rundown.
So we have, this is including TV shows, right? So we have Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. We have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. We have Secret Invasion, which I didn't know was part of Phase 5. Loki Season 2. The Marvels. Echo. Then we have Captain America Brave New World. We also have Daredevil Born Again Season 1. And then we have Thunderbolts.
That's everything, right?
I think so.
Mm-hmm. Pretty positive.
What a phase.
But anyways, yeah, it's a lot. I think it's a lot, including the TV shows. I don't think we've had, because like Phase 1 through 3, which were like the golden era, we didn't have.
That was all the Infinity Saga.
Exactly. Yeah, we had the Infinity Saga. We really didn't have like TV shows at the time or anything like that.
Right.
So yeah, like, who wants to go first? Like how do you guys feel about it so far?
Cameron, you can go first if you want.
You want me?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was impressed. I think we can all agree that Phase 4 was definitely something else, but we can talk about that another time. Phase 5, I think they did a good job cleaning up the mistakes of Phase 4. I think there was quite a few hits, maybe a couple misses, but I mean, I feel like that's going to be like that for anything, honestly. But obviously, I'll go into it more when we dive deeper into it. But I think Phase 5 was pretty dang solid.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well, we'll go into it more, but for how we ended it, I'll say it was solid.
Right.
Yes.
I'll finish. That's all. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Go ahead, Austin.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna chime in exactly on where you were touching at for sure. It ended on a high note. Definitely towards the end, I felt like the overall focus of what they're trying to accomplish definitely kind of honed in towards the end of the phase. However, I feel like with the whole Phase 5 in general, I think that it definitely had like a lot of mixed feelings from me in terms of the projects that they did put out. There were definitely some that I really loved, definitely some that I was kind of skeptical on, and then that skepticism also turned into man, was I really skeptical from the beginning, or was it actually that bad? But I think that the overall consensus for me is definitely along the lines of content. I think it was a good phase. I don't think it was the best phase by far, that's for sure. But I think it was overall the way that it ended leading into where we're going is definitely a high note. So
Mm. Mm. Yeah, I'm like reading the movies over again.
I don't think
TV
you listen. I
shows.
don't think you said Deadpool and Wolverine when you were talking about everything.
Oh, I did not say Deadpool Wolverine.
Yeah.
Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah. Deadpool and Wolverine. How could I forget that one? Have you guys watched Deadpool Wolverine at home yet?
Yeah.
When it very first came out, I think I watched it a couple times, but ever since then, I've
It
honestly
definitely-
been that way with a lot of things. Like
Okay.
when Brave New World comes out, I'll probably watch it maybe a couple times, and then I probably won't touch it for a little while.
I have it on Apple TV if you want it.
Oh,
There you
Share
go.
my info.
Shout out.
But
It's
yeah, let me know, dude. So with the inclusion of Deadpool Wolverine, it's weird. Like when I watched Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania in theaters, I liked it, and then I was a little confused about it. No, sorry, our viewers are asking us if someone asked is F4 not a part of is F4 not a part of it? No, Fantastic Four, I'm assuming, not Phase 4. Yeah, Fantastic Four is not. Fantastic Four will be part of Phase 6. It'll be the first movie. Is it the first project we're getting in Phase 6? Is there a
Should be.
coming out?
Ironheart would technically
Ironheart, but that shouldn't. I don't know what that's going to count as.
July
It's a
24th.
5.5.
So we get Ironheart comes out in June, but
Or June?
Fantastic Four we're gonna get July
Yeah.
24th.
Okay,
So-
so Ironheart will probably be the start of Phase 6, and if it
Yeah.
goes in like that order.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, just reading it. So Ant-Man and the Wasp, yeah. I mean, we'll go into more, but like, there was definitely high moments in Phase 5, which was nice.
Uh-huh.
Right? I think at the end of the day, I think there were stronger moments in Phase 5 than there were Phase 4. Really? What? I mean, obviously,
Phase Four had
we
a
have-
lot of good stuff.
We have the Spider-Man movie in Phase 4.
Moon Knight, Falcon Winter Soldier, Miss Marvel, Loki season 1, Hawkeye series.
It's a lot of
Dude,
content.
there's a lot of good stuff.
Like
There's a lot of that was COVID, dude. They were dropping so much stuff in Phase 4.
Phase 4 got to the point
We
where
have
it was
Multiverse
like,
of Madness. I'm a big fan of
Multiverse of Madness, yeah,
I love that.
yeah.
I don't get the hate that movie
Dude,
gets, but
we had Shang-Chi. Like,
yeah.
there was a lot of good stuff in Phase 4.
yeah, Phase 4 was definitely
Okay, you're right.
definitely
But Phase 4 was very
Everywhere. I don't think we
everywhere.
didn't have a direction of where we were
Oh,
going. It was like a loose direction. Obviously,
Yeah.
everything happened with King and that whole instance, but so I mean, I do like the shift, but yeah, I mean, we could kind of just get into it right now. I'll go first, like since I was already going, but Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania definitely had its highs for me. I thought it was funny, but it was definitely like rewatching it the second and third time, like at home. It was just missing a lot, you know, like especially towards the funny parts. Like I think they were trying to force a lot in this movie, where the first two movies, what they did good at was like obviously having his friends there and all that stuff, and having those montage videos, right? With what's his face? Help me out. What's his name?
I know who you're talking about. I just don't know his name.
Oh, Austin.
It's his two buddies that he works with, right?
who?
Three buddies he works with.
The three buddies, yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
In Ant-Man, in the Ant-Man movies.
Oh, wow.
Huh.
I'm really upset
Anyway.
that
They
Anyway,
were missing
Yeah.
that. I think that's what it did. I think that's what it was missing and stuff. And, obviously, we have Guardians next, right? So Guardians was just like, I'm not the biggest Guardians fan.
I can understand that. I mean, it makes sense. Like, I don't know. Like, it's such a touchy, because I think that the movie, like, you know, the overall consensus for those movies definitely is like, one, you know, is cinema, in my opinion. And then two was kind of like, it was good, but it wasn't like great.
Mm-hmm.
Three definitely had the emotional side to it for sure, just with every factor in terms of like Rocket's storyline, you know, towards the end with everything that happens with Peter and saving him and he gets to return home. Like, that definitely has the high moments for sure. But I feel like, yeah, I mean, it's just such a touchy thing, because I think that Guardians can be ranked high in some people's list for sure.
I mean, looking at all the projects, it might be, if we're going into rankings, and it's up there. It's up there. for sure. At least in Phase 5,
Right.
not overall.
Guardians
Definitely
3,
Phase
yeah,
5, it's up there.
definitely.
But yeah, I mean, if we're going in what's your last pick? What's your worst project of Phase 5?
Movie.
Let's see if we just all
Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion.
Yeah, by far.
Really?
For Phase 5, yes.
There was a few good episodes, but the overall consensus of the show for me was just awful.
I can't I can remember how the show went, but I honestly don't remember a lot of things from that show.
Right. Pretty
Spoiler
honest.
alert. They killed off Maria Hill, right?
Yes. In like the second or third episode.
That's so stupid.
Ruined Rhodey's
I was making sure she
storyline.
didn't come back, but
yeah, they ruined Rhodey, that whole situation.
Like, you can't.
He was a Skrull since what
Right.
they're saying. There's a debate online that he's been a Skrull.
When he turned into a Skrull, did he go into like a doctor's visit or something like that, or like?
Right.
I don't know. Everyone thinks he was a Skrull since like Civil War area time. Like
that would be upsetting. It would
yeah.
The emotional connection would just be gone.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right. And I think
the emotional connection that you had in Endgame.
Yeah. And I know for you guys it's probably the same, but it's like having all those factors and all the negative things that made impacts on storylines that came before us that we thought were amazing. Like, that was the biggest thing for me that I was like, dude, it's just not a good show. Like, it ultimately, like I said, the camera work and I feel like some of the episodes' plot lines were kind of cool. Like, it was engaging for sure. But there were so many things that just like pushed me away because it was like, it's messing up Rhodey's storyline. It's messing up with the Maria Hill thing, like that. When that happened so early on, I was just like, what was the point of that? Like, I get, they wanted to draw some emotion into it, but at the same time, it's like, I don't think it was really needed, in all honesty. Like, they could have done that with a character that was introduced in this show. It wouldn't have had the deeper connection like we got with Maria Hill because she's been in the storyline for so long. But there's just so many things that I didn't agree with that show. Like, even the ending. The ending literally was like the ribbon on top of the president. Like, I'm not gonna. I can't enjoy this. Like, I don't think I've watched it ever since I watched it the first time.
Yeah, same.
So.
Okay.
Might be a harsh opinion, but that's just.
I'm gonna put Echo.
Echo? Okay.
Echo's worst.
Yeah, Echo is my worst.
Do you wanna rank them right now, or do you just want to
we could just
do
like
a breakdown?
Yeah, we could just do like a little scratch off list. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, like I think Echo is definitely, like, just looking at it, Echo is definitely, I think, the worst in my opinion. Just because I couldn't get through it. Like, Like, especially like you have Wilson Fisk in that show. And I know it's set up, obviously, him in Daredevil Born Again season 1. But it's like I just didn't like him in that show either.
Yeah.
It was just like the comparison. If you compare him to Daredevil Born Again season 1, it's like completely
not the same.
Right?
Yeah, not even close.
Not the same. And it's like, it's a little, and it's just hard for me to like really follow through with what they were doing. And I'm like, I really didn't need it, I guess. I do like the main actress. I think she was the highlight of it, obviously.
Right.
But
I thought she did great. I thought it was.
Yeah, obviously the action scenes were sick, right?
Yeah. The music in it was really cool.
Yeah, I just enjoyed Secret Invasion more. I felt like Secret Invasion was more connected.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying.
I mean, who knows if we're gonna get any of those characters in MCU? Like, they haven't mentioned.
You don't think we're gonna get Biscuits and Doomsday, dude?
No, dude. Oh, I guess they did mention Skrulls in Captain America, right?
Skrulls?
No, Skrulls got mentioned in Daredevil season 1 when he was in jail and he was talking to the guy that was in jail.
Yeah,
he was like, "Oh, like Skrulls." So yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I have Echo as my worst one. I'm not saying it was a horrible show. It was just my worst one.
I think for Secret Invasion, it was advertised as being like this dark underground spy thriller show, and it was kind of cool that we were getting a standalone like Nick Fury thing, because before that we really hadn't gotten any standalone. It was just all part of the Avengers films.
Yeah.
a little bit of Winter Soldier, but I was just kind of looking forward to that and finally getting to see Skrulls because we only got to really see them in Captain Marvel, and I was just excited to see them like on Earth and their how long they've been here, what they've been doing. But I don't know, it was just to me it was a bit of a letdown. I mean, I think it was really cool that we got to see our version of a Super Scroll
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
obviously if you're a comics fan, you know Scrolls can take on an appearance of anything, and there's a Super Scroll that has like the power of any hero that we've seen.
Right.
So it was cool to see that. But if you've seen the show, I mean, obviously it's been out for a while now. So Amelia Clark's character is a Super Scroll. She kills the main guy,
Who's also a Super Scroll.
who's also a Super Scroll. So we have a Super Scroll battle. And then like that's it. Like she goes on her day, and like we haven't heard anything about it since. Like probably or if not one of the most powerful characters in the MCU right now. And I just don't. I have a feeling they're just never going to show her again.
Right.
Yeah.
Or when they do, it will be like so random, like very weird.
Because like I
kind of
don't think like I think it could be a very pivotal in a movie like Doomsday and Secret Wars, but like they're not going to do that.
Well, you
No.
have and then you put like Super Scrolls with like the Fantastic Four and all that stuff, so they connect in the comics and all that. So
Yeah.
Right.
I think it was It was definitely missing. Like I have it since we're just gonna go down. I have it at the next spot under, which I believe is spot number 9. I think there's 10 projects overall. Yeah, not 10 projects. But yeah, what's next for you guys? What's your guys' number 9? Would it be Echo?
I'd probably
I think
put Echo there.
Oh, yeah, I'd put Echo there for sure.
Really? Okay. What were you thinking of?
I was trying to think like
after though too.
I was trying to think if I enjoyed Echo more than Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, but I think obviously Quantumania was a bad movie, but I think Echo, like how you said, didn't really have much direction and like kind of a pivotal storyline towards the course of the MCU at the time.
Yeah.
Because obviously at this time they were they still heavily, when Echo came out, still heavily involved in the Kang storyline, or did they already cancel it? And with all that stuff going on, I'm assuming it was still kind of important at that time.
I don't remember it. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I don't remember either, but I'm gonna say Echo's at 9 for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Austin?
Yeah, I have Echo just below Secret Invasion. Like, I think that the only thing that really drew me into Echo more than Secret Invasion is I enjoyed, like you mentioned earlier, the action. Action was better. I kind of chimed in with, what's it called? I thought that the overall music choices in it were pretty good. I definitely thought that it had, I don't know, it was just, it gave me more of like a newer feel to like kind of where they were going with like a darker tone. Whereas with Secret Invasion, it was advertised with that and it didn't live up to that expectation whatsoever. And, you know, we later on, once we get to Daredevil Born Again, season 1, you know, that's the darkness that I'm expecting when I hear like, oh, that project's going to be rated R. Or was it rated R or TVMA or whatever? Right?
TVMA,
Yeah, same. But whereas with Secret Invasion, I know it wasn't like the rating wasn't that, but at the same time, I felt like all that the advertisement that led up to it was hyping it up as like this, like you said, this dark, you know, underground, like very grounded, very Winter Soldier vibe. I think I heard that at some point, and when I heard Winter Soldier vibes, which is, you know, arguably, I think we all agree that that's probably the best project that Marvel has ever done, one of the best projects that they've ever done, if not the best. It felt like a slap in the face to watch that and have someone telling me that it's going to be up to that same level. I understand what they meant by that watching it, because it's like, okay, it's grounded, there's a lot of plot twists, you know, twists and turns, like it's trying to connect to the bigger picture. But with Echo, I felt like it gave me little to no expectation going into it. I wasn't really, you know, drawn to it like, oh, I need to watch this right away, or oh, I'm not going to watch this at all. Giving it the chance and kind of sitting into it and being like, okay, this is kind of new, this is different. I thought that her storyline was great. The acting was way better. Overall, I thought that it was a better. That's why I would put it just before Secret Invasion. But I still don't think that either of them really hit the mark.
Yeah. No,
Giving her powers just at the end just seemed kind of weird to me. Like
and Echo?
I get during the whole season they're like really emphasizing like her ancestors and the
Yeah.
people that came before her.
Mhm.
But it was
Echo?
just yes for
Yeah.
Echo. And just the way like it all came together that oh she has powers. It like you said, Austin, it just seemed very forced and I was perfectly fine with this being a one season and done character type thing. But because like you do these things and with Marvel where you give this character powers, like now like you can't really ignore that. Like I mean you can, but this now there's a character with powers, so what are you gonna do with it?
Exactly.
You know what
Yes.
I mean?
It's just like, where are they? You
Yeah,
know, at that
yeah,
point.
yeah.
Ergo,
I
Spider-Man,
don't know. So,
Spider-Man and Thunderbolts. Like
yeah.
Where was that man?
Spider-Man and Daredevil. Like where?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, no, okay. All right, well, moving on. My number 8 is easily. Actually, you know what? This might be a hot take. I don't. It's hard, but because like I don't think any of these are bad.
What are the remaining 8? Are Deadpool, Wolverine, Brave New
We
World?
have Loki season 2, Guardians of the Galaxy, the Marvels, Captain America, Brave New World, Thunderbolts, uh, Daredevil, Born Again season 1, and Deadpool Wolverine.
Are we? No, I don't think we can include your friendly neighborhood Spider Man.
No, just because it's not like MCU.
No,
That's why that's why. I mean,
I would definitely put that up there. I was just.
I'm trying to think of everything that like we watched during the time.
Well,
and I was like,
that was my other question. Is because What If was also during this time.
Oh yeah, but technically, I don't know.
I mean, Captain Carter, like she was in Multiverse of Madness, and
I didn't watch the What If season yet.
Yeah,
you
I mean,
watch season 2 or 3 or whatever.
If we were,
you don't even know which
season 3 was it season 3?
Yeah.
If we were including that in this list, season 3 would probably be the next one for me, or even before Echo. I didn't enjoy it.
It was all over the place.
Yeah, very. It like the season 1 of What If had that engagement factor, and it was very different every single episode, and a small tie-in at the end. But I felt like seasons 2 and seasons 3 were very forced to like draw it all together. Like the Watcher's line is cool, but it was like way too much.
I don't think we should count it for Phase 5, but what I'll say about it is it was
I guess we have
giant missed opportunity.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
what do we have
there too.
Oh yeah, shoot, yeah.
Okay, my number 8. My number 8's Agatha. Easily.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the show, but then it kind of lost me.
It ruined it at the end.
Yeah, number 8's Agatha. Or I guess it would be number 9 if we just added it.
Like this list online says Ironheart supposedly in Phase 5, but I don't understand how that could be. I mean,
you can't conclude Phase 5 with Ironheart.
No, it's a good starting point because it's a start to her role, pretty much. I think. Yeah, Agatha would definitely be my 8 too. I mean,
I'm assuming we're all gonna have the same list.
Pretty simple.
I mean, it's just the top. My worst one is just switched, but Agatha. Yeah, I liked Agatha's just horrible ending. Like there was parts I liked about the ending. It was just like the episode, how it was
layered,
how it just played out. I just wanted it to like switch spots and make one big episode instead of 2 episodes that dropped. The second episode felt like it took place before the second to last episode.
We all watched it when it was live.
Yeah, we all watched it together. Yeah,
I remember we were texting each other like, "Wait, were these did they mix match these episodes? Because the finale should have gone before the second to last episode.
Yeah, there was only the last 5-10 minutes of it.
Yeah, that was
took place after.
Because that whole finale was a flashback of how she was with her son.
Right.
Yeah, how she tricked all those people into taking their powers and stuff.
Yeah.
All that. But I'm just reading the comments. Moses said, "Is Spider-Man 4 and Amazing Spider-Man 3 part of Phase 5?"
Wait, are
Only
we
if
getting
there's a
Amazing
W in
Spider-Man 3?
This guy also said there's W's in lasagna.
and threw this up.
Yeah, dude, he's kind of wild. No, yeah, that's Agatha. Now we can talk more into it. We had an episode about it.
I'm happy we're getting Wiccan and Speed.
Yeah,
We'll see what they do more
Don't
with
butcher
them.
it.
Yeah, it's just so weird to think about right now because
they're
we're
probably
getting.
going to be in. I mean, they need to be in the new what the Champions group, is that what they're calling
Yeah.
themselves?
I'm in a. I don't know if you guys are in the same mindset, but I'm in a mindset right now, and it's weird because I feel like with how the direction of Phase 4 went and then Phase 5 went, and we're getting these like final like big movies with Doomsday and Secret Wars. For some reason, I'm trying to like convince myself it's not, but for some reason, it literally feels like Marvel's just going to be done after Secret Wars. And I know it's not because I know they're going to reboot it, but it just feels so weird to me because like think of all these projects that we still have to get, but I feel like it's going to be so weird after Secret Wars.
Right.
Like we still have a lot of projects that we should have already had, like Armor Wars, Vision Quest,
Blade.
Blade.
We're never gonna Blade.
They've told us about Midnight Suns. They've told us about, obviously we still need the Young Avenger. Like there's just so much stuff that I don't know. It's just it's weird.
I feel like
at least they're like teasing us with like the Young Avengers and Champions.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
They've made the references here and there.
Yeah, like so this is when it gets kind of tough for me on this list, just because I think this is where like all the good projects start.
Right.
So it's really, really hard for me to be like, what's good, because I truly enjoyed, I think, everything left on the list.
You're at 7 right now or 8?
Technically 8 if we included when we included Agatha. But
I'm putting my 8. I'm putting the Marvels there. I'm putting Agatha ahead of the Marvels.
Really?
You think the Marvels was worse than Agatha?
Yes.
That's great. That's crazy. That's insane. No, that's the stupidest take I've ever heard in my life.
No,
that was
it's
actually
not
stupid.
No.
What are you, Mr. John? What is it called?
What?
You're wrong.
You're about to make up. Oh my god.
I was having a new word. You're wrong. You're absolutely wrong.
Those 3 characters are good together. Yes, that was enjoyable, but the plot, the villain, I'm like that takes a big.
The villain? Who cares about the villain? The villain was basically Ronan the Accuser all over again. What are you talking about, dude? Half the villains we get in Marvel is bullcrap.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy to me, dude.
I think I enjoyed. My opinion, I enjoyed
Your
Agatha.
opinion's garbage, dude. That's
more
what I think
than
of
the
right
Marvels.
Now. That's crazy. That's racist.
It's racist. What?
Go ahead, Austin. What's your next one? I don't want to hear this anymore.
So right now I'm at Secret Invasion, Echo, Agatha. Yeah, I agree. This is where it kind of gets tough.
I don't believe he swapped Agatha and whatever. I'm not even going to. Go ahead, Austin. That's crazy.
Wait, what did Austin say?
Doesn't matter. You probably don't agree with it.
So I'm working with Loki, Guardians, the Marvels, Cap, Thunderbolts, Daredevil, Born Again, Season 1. That's it, right? I'm not missing one? Just making sure.
Yeah.
Did you say Deadpool and Wolverine?
Oh, Deadpool, Wolverine. That's tough. I know I just clowned on it. But
just go in a row. I just want to hear it now. We'll just go in a row from this point on. We'll just go in a row.
Just the rest of the way down?
Yeah, I just want to hear it. I just want to hear, and we'll talk about it right after.
Okay. Secret Invasion, Echo, Agatha. This is probably where I put the Marvels, in all honesty. I think it's a good film. I just think that the projects, the other ones are better. Agatha, the Marvels. I was doing this on the spot. Let me see. So Marvels.
Did you say Echo at 9 too?
Echo was at 9, yeah.
Yeah.
The Marvels definitely the first movie on the list because it was kind of like, I thought the acting was really good. But there were a few things with the plot where I was like, I'm not really drawn to it.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Go ahead.
I mean, in comparison to Guardians, I think that the next one for me. Oh wait, we didn't talk about Ant-Man.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's why, I think
yeah.
Ant-Man was better than Echo, Secret Invasion, and Agatha.
Well, yeah, didn't have that on my list of movies to go from. That's where I'd put Ant-Man, then the Marvels for sure.
Mm.
Solely because I feel like Ant-Man's kind of, not a good movie at this point. Especially with everything that had to change with it. I think after
You
the
have
Marvels,
Daredevil.
huh?
You have Daredevil as well.
I have Daredevil. Yeah, it's on here. Remaining for right now would be Loki, Guardians, Cap, Thunderbolts, Daredevil, and I think that's it. Because I have Secret Invasion, Echo, Agatha, Ant-Man, the Marvels.
Mm-hmm.
I think after the Marvels is where I'd put Cap, honestly. And I know that could be controversial, but I enjoyed Guardians more than that movie, just solely because I felt like it did put a good bow on their trilogy. Like we were talking about earlier, I think that the Guardians trilogy is arguably one of the best ones. And I think that the emotion side of the third movie definitely drew me in a lot. I'm not saying like Cap is a bad movie. I thought Cap had a lot of great action. There's just, like we said, the back half of this phase was so heavy with really fun projects that there were certain things in the ones remaining on this list that really, really drew me in. Ergo, with Guardians, the emotion side of it, the overall, connection, the music for Guardians movies always, bumps it up the list for me too because it's just so entertaining. I think after Cap is probably where I put the top TV show. That's probably where I put Loki. I did enjoy Loki season 2 a lot. It sucks that Victor Timely, the Kang storyline, isn't going to be used as much as it was because it was such a good character. And I thought that seeing Loki become the god of stories really was just over the top. Like, it really drew me in. And I know it's a low rating for it in terms of this overall list, but the factor of like Victor Timely's not going to be used, King's not going to be used, it kind of ruined it. But not to say that the acting wasn't phenomenal. Tom Hiddleston did great. Jonathan Majors did great. I forget the girl's name that plays Sylvie.
Yeah,
But she did amazing. The guy that plays Ouroboros, like he did great. Owen Wilson, like he can't really. That cast is just unreal. Like for a show,
I know. I completely agree with you.
it's crazy. After Loki, I would definitely put Guardians there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm just trying to make sure I'm not missing any. Guardians, followed by Deadpool and Wolverine, probably.
Mm-hmm.
And
And then
camera zoomed in when you're thinking.
Yeah, it gets super serious. Like, yeah, I said that was the best show. That's ridiculous. Daredevil would be the best show by far. It's a phenomenal project. I won't go too much into it because we'll talk about it after. Daredevil. I feel like I'm really rushing this list at this point.
That's fine. You can rush it.
Deadpool, Daredevil, and then I think I'm left with Thunderbolts. Like Thunderbolts was the best project of this whole phase, if I remember it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, Secret Invasion, Echo, Agatha, Ant-Man, Marvels, Cap, Loki season 2, Guardians, Deadpool, Daredevil, and then Thunderbolts for sure.
Okay, we're different. Go ahead, Cam. Just list them.
All right, I'm just gonna go. All right, 11 Secret Invasion, 10 Echo, 9 Marvels, 8 Agatha, 7 Ant-Man, 6 Loki season 2, 5 Daredevil, Born Again season 1, 4 Captain America, 3 Guardians, 2 Deadpool and Wolverine, 1 Thunderbolts.
Okay.
Emax.
I have Echo at 11, Secret Invasion at 10, Agatha at 9. I have Ant-Man and the Wasp at 8. 7, I have this where it gets different. 7, I have Captain America. Strictly just because of reshoots, and I wish they didn't show the Red Hulk in the trailers. I know Cam mentioned that in one of our podcasts, and I agree with him. And then I have the Marvels right under Cap. And then I have Guardians of the Galaxy, which, like I said, this list is They're all great movies. I just never had like a super attachment to any of the Guardians movies except for the first one. I didn't
Right.
really like the second one. I thought the soundtrack was good in the second one, but other than that, the story kind of fell off for me. And then I have, after rewatches, I have Deadpool at number 4. Um, I mean, I've said this in our Deadpool review where I was like, the movie itself was all right. Like the cameos and all that stuff is what really made it, and like the jokes, like hilarious. But the story itself, I didn't like it as much. It's all over the place, you know.
Right.
Um, but it was just enjoyable, and I loved how I felt watching the movie. But then I have Loki. Go ahead.
I was just gonna chime in quickly. The marketing for it was phenomenal.
Yeah, I
How
think
the
everything was.
build up. Yeah.
Yeah, I think everything was great. I think it was good. That's why it's ranked kind of high on my list. That's why it broke the top 4. I do have Loki as number 3. Loki was the best show that they released. Overall, I think it is the best show that they did. I liked it overall better than WandaVision. I'm talking about like as a whole. But then I have I guess it wasn't the best show because I have Daredevil.
Yeah. I did the same thing.
Daredevil I enjoyed a lot because it was dark. It was
Right.
rated R. It was like it had those moments where I was like, "What?" you know.
And season 2 is going to be
and
even
season
better.
2 is coming out. You know, it's like it's great. It's like how I felt when watching Loki season 1. But yeah, I think Loki season 2 was great. I think it had those great moments and stuff. Especially like towards the end, how he reiterated his lines. You know, from the first Thor movie. And then yeah, so I have Deadpool, Daredevil, and then obviously number 1 is Thunderbolts. That movie is great. I watched it twice now, and I'm like, that movie is so rewatchable. It's just enjoyable. It's rewatchable. It's just a good time. You know, I know a lot of people put Guardians over that, but it's just I really, really enjoyed Thunderbolts, and I just don't think how much like I knew it was going to be good. Obviously, we saw reviews and all this stuff, right? But it's like I didn't think it was going to be as good as people were saying, and I just enjoyed it a lot. Yeah, but kind of going into like we don't need to go over like the top like or the we can just go under like from lists from like 5 through 1. Like I said, Guardians I liked just because it was like the end of the trilogy. In James Gunn we trust. You know, he's coming out with Superman, and I'm like super excited about it. And I think it's going to be great. I have more of like an emotional attachment to Superman. He's like my favorite superhero, so I think that's going to be. I think that's going to be solid. And like I said, he directed really well. The music in his movies are always amazing. Loved it. I already talked about Loki, how I liked it. Deadpool Wolverine, same thing. I mentioned it already. Like the cameos were amazing. All this stuff. Yeah, I kind of talked about it actually, or all of them already. Daredevil, same thing. It's dark. It leads it. The Punisher in Daredevil, hands down, was like my favorite. John Berthnall is like outstanding as Punisher.
He's the Punisher. He is
dude. He like you. I would put him. Obviously, you have what's his face is Matthew Murdock up there. Like those two characters are like they were meant to play those roles. And then Thunderbolts, it was just an emotional. I was emotionally attached to it, where it was just like it was great. It went into emotion. It had those jaw dropping moments. It definitely had those family moments where like you're like, oh, this is sick. This is a new team and all that. So I enjoyed it. Whoever wants to go next?
Yeah. There you go.
You know me? Okay.
Yeah, that works.
Are we just talking about our top 5?
Yeah, just like real quick. Like why are they your top 5?
Okay. All right. So let's see.
Oh my God! Wait.
Did we forget one?
Wait, was Wakanda Forever Phase 4?
Phase 4, yeah.
4.
For sure. Okay, because I would have that number 1. I know.
Yeah.
All right. So for 5, I have Daredevil Born Again season 1. I thought the show was really good. There are a couple episodes that I wouldn't say were a miss, but I don't know. It just you could tell where the original scripts bled into the creative rewrite that they did. And they've already openly admitted like some of the stuff that was in that had to kind of play into the rewrite. which I'm fine with. Like, I think they did a really great job. They made us all happy by bringing everyone back, even though you could say they really didn't bring Foggy back, but
They did, but then just
they did. Yeah, then
mopped the floor with them. Yeah.
dude, but Charlie Cox is Daredevil and Matt Murdock. Like you said, Max, you cannot replace that guy. Like, he was born for that role. There's very few actors that you could say that. Hugh Jackman Wolverine, RDJ Iron Man, Charlie Cox, Matt Murdock, like
Chris
and
Evans,
and
Steve
Chris
Rogers.
Evans, Steve Rogers. There's so many that you can go on, but yeah, Daredevil is definitely a 5 for me for Phase 5. I'm really excited for Season 2. I think it's going to be even better. Obviously, we're getting Punisher back again. They just confirmed we're getting Jessica Jones back.
Okay, yeah. Hold on. I just want to chime in real quick. Jessica Jones season 1 was one of the greatest TV shows that Marvel has
Dude,
put
just
out.
Netflix Marvel in that time just did really good.
Yeah,
and I think it's very overlooked.
The first half of Iron Fist. Also, he posted a picture with Jen. What?
She was in Iron Fist. Yeah.
Yeah, they posted a picture together, and I'm like, wait a minute, very interesting timing that everyone's.
That was really good timing.
I was like, what are you doing? What's his name? Finn Jones. Like, that's the actor's name. I'm like, very interesting. But Jessica Jones, I'm really, really excited that she's confirmed because she was season 1. Talk about great villains. She was a great she had a great villain in that show. The dude that could control minds. I forgot his name. It's like obvious, but I can't even think about it. But
Druig.
Oh my god, Druig. Just Jessica Jones and Matt Murdock's kind of chemistry on screen together. Like, it's not a romantic chemistry, but it's kind of like
she did a lot.
It's kind of like a brother sister in a way, because they kind of bicker and like joke around with each other a little bit, and I like that chemistry. So I think it's gonna be really cool to see them back together working again, especially with how season 2 is gonna go.
Yeah.
Obviously we're getting Bullseye back, so that's gonna be awesome.
Yep.
But all right, I'll keep going. I'm thinking a little long. Captain America's number 4. I'm a big Captain America guy. Like you said, Max, that I said in a previous pod, this movie spoiled a lot. I don't think they needed to show Red Hulk as much as they did, but that was their way of marketing, I guess. And they didn't need to do that, but that's the route they went. They wanted to market Red Hulk, and even though we got him for how many minutes screen time? 5.
I would say he's better than almost anything except for Avengers 1 Hulk. I think we got Avengers Hulk, and obviously I like the Red Hulk better than Thor Ragnarok Hulk. But Age of Ultron Hulk was dope. Like,
we need that style of Hulk back.
Yeah, they showed him jumping like acres.
Give us the World War Hulk already, please.
No more Smart Hulk.
Yeah, no more Smart Hulk. All right, and then 3, I got Guardians. It's 3 for me. Obviously, it finished their story off. Very emotional movie. I'm a very big person when it comes to emotional stuff in movies. I need a little bit of it, and I'll go into that for the next 2 after this. But I wasn't, like you said, Max, I'm not the biggest Guardians guy. I thought one was amazing. I did like 2 a little bit, but it really wasn't everything for me. So that's why I have it at 3. Deadpool and Wolverine's my number 2. Plot could have been better. I was just mainly, this is my number 2 because Hugh Jackman's back. I love Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. The emotion he brings to the screen during the whole movie. He just doubts himself the whole movie. He got his whole X-Men team killed, and he just feels like he fails. And then there's just that moment in the end where they're having when they're saving the thing or whatever, and when they're interlinked arms, and you just see the flashback, and it's just Hugh's flashbacks during that. Just, I teared up a little bit. With the choir music. Yeah, the choir music's going.
Not the actual thing.
Yeah. And then number 1's Thunderbolts. That movie was amazing. It exceeded the already high expectations I had just for that movie going into it. It hit really hard about the emotional aspect, especially with anxiety and depression and all that. I won't go too into it. I've been in a place like that before. So watching Bob go through that and just like your friends and your family being there for you is really what saves you.
Mm-hmm.
And the people that are closest to you, that's what saves you. And just the whole moral of that story and this team is just like, it was amazing. And I wouldn't even say this is one. I would say it's, if there was higher than a one, it's there.
Mm-hmm.
Like this,
it's one of the best projects MCU.
yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was amazing. But yeah, that's mine. Austin.
Yeah, I won't go too deep on all these. We all have pretty similar top fives.
It's pretty similar.
Yeah. Loki season 2 is 5 for me. Like I said before, acting, storyline, seeing Tom Hiddleston, Loki become the god of stories, phenomenal. My only gripe was, I mean, it's not really even a gripe. It's just a matter of like it, the route that Marvel had to shift to. It kind of like rewatching it now after everything that's happened. It sucks because it's like, dude, could you imagine like if they were able to actually go this route? Like, I mean, they're still gonna build off of it for sure. Like, don't get me wrong, but the story that they were building before everything, off screen happened, it's like unfortunate, but it's that really is why it's a little bit higher on my list.
Loki was my number 6. I don't want to interrupt, but that was my number 6.
Yeah,
because of the Kang stuff.
Right. Yeah. Unfortunately, I love the show. Like Loki is season 1 and season 2 together. Outside of the fact that it can't be used for the Kang storyline, is one of the best projects they've done, in my opinion. I think you said that too, Max. Like it's up there with WandaVision, if not better. I think that for 4, I have Guardians. The storyline, the emotion, like the pathos aspect of it, like that was definitely one of those things that really like made it hit home for me for sure. Like I felt like I was family with Rocket, dude, like a little raccoon. Like that, I know it's crazy to say, but like at the same time, like you've been seeing him through all 3 of these movies and you see all the reasons why he acts this way throughout each movie, like in Avengers, like in that.
I think James Gunn said like the overall story of the Guardians was about like family and
was
mainly
about
Rocket.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Like all of his choices, all of his decisions came from the story we learned in Guardians 3. Like shout out Dr. Pepper Zero Cream Soda. Shout out. And 3, Deadpool, fun, very engaging cameos. Don't really need to go into it too much. Marketing was great for it. I was a fan of this movie before the movie came out. Like you can't really like when your mind is so set in stone on something to be good, the only way that it could actually like draw away from that for me at least is if it's just an absolutely horrible film. But this film was definitely enjoyable, definitely fun, definitely engaging. The cameos made it even better. It was the buildup of like, oh, who's gonna be in the movie? Like, we don't know. Like that was really cool for me. Same thing with like Spider-Man No Way Home. When it came out, it was like we all anticipated it was going to happen, but we didn't know until we actually sat down in that theater.
So good.
Number 2, the Daredevil season 1. The gory aspect of it, the rated R, felt like I was sitting right back into a new season of Daredevil on Netflix. Charlie Cox is Matt Murdock / Daredevil. John Bernthal is Punisher, phenomenal. All performances by all casting in that movie was great. Thought it was cool to see James Gandolfini's son actually in the show. Thought he played the role pretty well, kind of a clueless, kid trying to look up to a new father figure. And then, Thunderbolts. I mean, there's not really much I need to go into. You guys hit it on the knob.
Yeah.
Phenomenal film. Like, our initial reaction after the movie was the fact that it was in the top 10 of all Marvel projects.
Easily,
easily. Right off the bat.
10. Yeah.
There's no
Dude,
reason.
I haven't...
Yeah.
Sorry, I haven't felt that way, honestly, in a movie theater. Like, I'm trying to think of the last movie I felt the way I did in the theater after Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the last movie I did, but it was...
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my top 5.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good. I mean, we all have a pretty similar top 5, and we all have pretty similar reasons. We're pretty like-minded with that stuff, but
yeah,
I definitely do like the diversity between our lists. I think that there's different reasons. Like, I understand, you're a Cap guy. Like, that makes total sense. Mm-hmm. Like, if we put Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man on this list, it would probably be in my top 5. just
I
solely
agree.
because I love Spider-Man, love the
And it's just so
storyline.
different. It's just so different. It's like
Right,
everything we expected. We're like, wait.
right,
We had
right.
questions, and
I think for all of our lists, because we've made a lot of lists for things, and we'll always talk about them like in our side chat that we have.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like when it comes to our top anything for our lists, they're all like really close.
Right,
Really, really close.
right. I
Moses
mean,
said pop off cam. Okay.
yeah, there's a fact of the matter of like we've seen enough Marvel projects to this point that we know what they're capable of, and when they put something out there that's just not that, it's really like frustrating. It's the
Yeah.
Ergo, Secret Invasion, Echo, Agatha, Ant-Man. Like those, that bottom 3, 4 is like, man, what were we doing? Like, just not it.
No, I agree. Talking about agreeing or disagreeing. This is what I'm gonna. You guys weren't prepared for this.
Oh,
We're gonna do some
Surprise questions?
the surprise questions.
Dude, we're gonna do a little agree or disagree topic. Okay, I'm gonna ask you guys a question, and I just wanna. We're all gonna do 3, 2, 1 countdown, and just agree or disagree.
This is gonna be.
Are we gonna all say it at the same time or just go?
Just say agree or disagree. We don't even need to talk about it. We could talk about it. But,
Okay.
This is the clip section of the podcast,
this is
isn't
the
it?
clip section of the podcast.
Flip
And
it.
then it's gonna be nice. Okay, chat. You could also join in on this too. So the first agree or disagree.
This is killing me.
This is very suspenseful.
Does the new Avengers, which they rebranded to the New Avengers, right?
Wait, what?
Do you think the rebranding of Thunderbolts to the New Avengers was a smart move or like a bad move that they did it so soon? Agree or disagree? In 3,
Wait,
2.
are we? What are we? Okay, are we? It's agree if it was smart.
It was
Disagree
a good move
if
for
it
them
wasn't.
to put it in earlier, or disagree that
Like how early
Okay.
they did it, or what is
they
the?
did it. They did it on Sunday, so it premiered
Yeah.
on Thursday,
Mhm.
and the first Instagram post where they changed it was on Sunday. Okay, so 3, 2, 1.
Disagree.
Oh,
You guys cut me off. It cut
No, go
out
ahead.
like it cut right when you guys did, but
go
mine
ahead.
was
We could take turns then. Yeah, go ahead.
it was disagree. Same.
Disagree. Okay, yeah. I think it was just a stupid move. I don't think it was stupid. I get it. I just don't understand it. Like
Right.
they did it, I think, way too early. I don't even know if the billboards are up there. Was it money? You think it was money? I mean, it didn't.
I mean, dude,
Do you think that pulled in more of an
it did.
audience for them?
It did.
It was their goal.
Yeah, 100%. Like that's the whole in my head. That's gotta be the reason. Like the minute opening night came out and Friday of opening day, they immediately said, "Oh, it's doing worse than Brave New World." Like, okay, well, what do we do?
It's just confusing because people who saw Brave New World know that Sam, Captain America, is putting together a new Avengers team.
Right.
So
Right.
it's like if people that saw Thunderbolts and you saw that end credits scene, I'm sorry, spoilers.
Right.
We see the new Avengers, the Thunderbolts team, in the Avengers Tower that we've seen in all these movies, and they're having issues with copyright because Sam's copywriting the Avengers.
Right.
So there's just issues, and even Bucky was saying that it's complicated about the whole issue. So it's like it's just a weird thing because I don't think they should have gone that route, but it was definitely too early.
Moses thought it was a good move.
Most thought it was a good move. Okay.
Yeah, dude. He said everyone that saw it, everyone who wanted to watch went the first 3 to 4 days, which I agree. I think that's what Marvel probably agreed on too, but I just don't think it was the smart.
They could have waited another week.
It felt like I know I said it already. It felt like a money grab. Like
they ended up replacing that same big popular billboard with Stitch anyway. So
like 3 days after that,
and then they replaced it again with the new Avengers. I don't know what they're doing, but
yeah. Chunky Tuesday said huge money grab.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Same thing.
Okay, what's the next one?
The next one. Agree or disagree? Lewis Pullman's portrayal of Sentry / the Void, spoiler alert, was the most memorable performance in the film.
Are we counting down?
No, we can just go.
Okay.
Austin, you go first.
We're doing them one by one?
Yeah, go for it. Just agree or disagree.
You, me, then Max.
Damn. Lewis Pullman is the best the best performance in the whole film.
Most
His
memorable.
portrayal of Sentry / the Void was the most memorable performance of the film.
I'm gonna say disagree. Are we going into detail right now or no?
No. We go into it after.
I'm gonna say agree.
You said agree?
I said agree.
Wow. Okay. Wait. Something the chat is saying. Say it again. Was Lewis Pullman's portrayal of Sentry / the Void the most memorable performance in the film? I don't. I don't agree.
Yeah.
I don't. I think
since I was the different, I'm gonna start first.
Yeah, go for
Go ahead. Yeah.
I said agree because when I listened to you say the most memorable, I'm gonna say obviously most memorable to me. I'm not gonna say it most memorable to the person sitting next to me.
Right.
To me, this was the most memorable because I connected with him on an emotional level.
Yeah, I get that.
There were some spots where I'm just like, I connected with more characters in an area. But as a whole, I definitely connected with him. He was the most memorable to me.
Than Want to Be Captain America.
I think just the ending alone, I don't even know what else to say. It's just I connected with him on an emotional level. He had some very funny comedic parts. He had a lot of serious parts, and I just thought that's what really drew me in.
Yeah. No, okay, I can see that. Austin, you go ahead.
I mean, they said it before the film came out. All of her co-stars said it. Like, I think Florence Pugh was the most, the best performance in the film. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that Sentry wasn't a great performance. Like, I thought same things as you. I think that the character is very relatable for, people that have been through similar situations as that. But I just think the overall performance by Florence Pugh had a more engaging factor than everyone else. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It just felt more like, to me, it felt like a better performance, whereas I think that they were very close. I do think that it was a very, if I had to say, that's why it took me a minute to answer, because I'm like, I did think Sentry did really well, sadly enough, because I was very interested to see how Stephen Ewan would have done in that role, for sure. I think Lewis Pullman definitely put his name more on the map than he even knows. I think that he showed his range as an actor, and I think at the same time, Florence Pugh really solidified why she was the true main character of this film. Like, the scene she's talking to Red Guardian, like that's like the thing that I go back to on it, because it felt so real. Like, and it came out of nowhere. Her saying like, "Oh, I feel so alone." Like, we knew she was going through something, but to see the breaking point was just crazy on screen. Like, it's just, yeah. Like I said, I can't explain it. It's just very, very much so what drew me in more, for sure.
I'll agree. I mean, I'm not saying like live chat. I know you're freaking out on me.
I know they're like freaking out right now, dude.
It was definitely Yelena's Florence Pugh's movie. Don't get me wrong. It was definitely her movie. She did amazing. She had some great stuff. But yeah, I already spoke my opinion.
Yeah.
But yes, it was definitely her movie, and I'm not disagreeing with any of you.
Yeah, same here. They both did great.
Yeah.
No, I've we've talked about it already off the pod, obviously, but I think I disagreed because it's weird. Lewis Pullman's Sentry the Void was one of the best introductions of a character that I've like. I'm like, whoa, dude, this dude's dope. Definitely liked him a lot. I think the only thing is I wish I wanted more of him when he was Sentry, right? Because it's like a 3-character person, and I wanted him more when he was Sentry, just because it showed how badass of a character he was and how like unstoppable he really is. Like, no one could touch him. Like, he was like basically saying he was like a god. Like, there's already gods on the vendors, and he's like, I'm basically better than them. So I totally get that. I just wanted more. And so I feel like Florence Pugh was just amazing. Like, our chat said it, like it was her Avengers. And it was like, it's just, I knew she was going to be the main character going into it, right? They obviously stated that, like, it's very driven by her. And it's like, it just shows how good of an actress Florence Pugh is, where I'm like, boom, she's dope. That kind of goes into my next agree or disagree question.
I want to just add
Yeah,
thing.
go ahead. Add something.
Wyatt Russell, John Walker, though.
He played him really well, but like I felt
Dude,
more.
everyone in that.
Yeah,
Hated him after Falcon and Winter Soldier.
yeah, terrible.
I love him now.
You know what's crazy? If you rewatch the episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier recap, I tell you, like, dude, he was amazing in that show because you hated him so much.
You hate him so much. That's why he's
That's
so
why he's
good.
so
That's
good.
what. Yeah, exactly.
You know, I was like, oh, he's doing a good job.
Yeah.
But I was like watching some stuff, and I'm like, dude, I really felt for him. You know, like, I'm like, because I was reading this thing where it's like they compared it to like Sam and Bucky didn't really do their job in the beginning with John Walker, where they didn't do a good job like mentoring him. When it's like,
I saw that.
Yeah, because like
I saw that.
Because Cap said like the world needed a Captain America, right? Like Steve Rogers said that, and it's like we needed Captain America, and Sam Wilson just goes away and throws away the shield in the very beginning.
Yeah, and then
And
like
it's like, but that's what caused him and Bucky to fight and all
like
that stuff.
When I read the same thing, and like I was reading more, like looking more into him, like trying to think them all. I'm like, damn, dude, he like really like went out there. Like maybe he came about it wrong, trying to get Bucky and Sam's help, but dude, he was just trying to do what they were doing.
No, 100%.
His best friend got killed, and he took care of it in his own way, and that just kind of ruined everything for him. But after Thunderbolts, I'm like, dude, yeah, he's dope.
Well, we'll just get into the next question real quick.
Yeah.
Agree or disagree? Okay. Do you agree that Florence Pugh is a better Widow than Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow? In how many projects did Scarlett Johansson do? All of Phase. I mean,
you could say the whole Infinity Saga.
Yeah, the whole Infinity Saga, and we only got what? We got 3 iterations of Yelena so far.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree that she's a better character than Natasha?
Me first?
I disagree.
Sorry. No,
sorry.
Okay.
You want to go first? I mean, Cameron.
No, my bad. I said disagree. Sorry.
Me or Max?
Oh, no, you go ahead, Austin. So you.
She better than Natasha?
Yeah. In her 3 movies that we got, or 3 projects that we got with Yelena.
What are we talking about? You said, is she a better Widow?
Or, sorry, better character. Overall better character.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's, I got to think then. You said better Widow, so I was like...
Sorry, better overall character.
Okay.
Better overall character? I would agree with that statement at this point.
I agree.
I agree.
It's kind of unfortunate.
That was kind of easy one. Honestly,
yeah.
Rewatching all the movies like Iron Man 2, Avengers, Age of Ultron.
Yep.
She was good in Age of Ultron. Underrated part in that movie. She's pretty great. But yeah, overall, I mean, like our chat's saying like who's a better Widow. Overall, I mean, obviously, probably Natasha's a
better Widow, which I thought that was the question at first.
Yeah, I guess she's a better Widow. I guess I asked that question wrong. But yeah, I feel more attached to Yelena already. I like from the moment, like even when she was in Hawkeye, you know, I'm like, I was like,
from the moment she caught the siracha bottle, she caught
the sriracha bottle, it was like, I'm eating macaroni and cheese. Like,
yeah,
I thought it was dope.
She said, "Oh, it's Kate Bishop.
You only have one floor."
Yeah, dude, it's great.
She's like, I'm only one person.
I'm only one person.
But I thought she was great. I thought she's funny. In this movie, I thought she was fantastic.
Oh yeah, I don't think we saw. Correct me if I'm wrong. With Natasha, you really didn't see true emotional depth until Winter Soldier, and then Age of Ultron with that whole thing with Bruce Banner.
Yeah,
she was a very well kept character in a way. Like obviously after that stuff, you got that more emotional depth with her in Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame. But we're already starting with that with Yelena from the very beginning. Like when we first see her in Black Widow, the movie, like it was, you got that from the very beginning, you know?
Yeah.
Chat's getting hostile right now.
I know they're going kind of crazy, but I can't even read the chat right now.
Wow.
But okay, next one. Agree, disagree. The new Avengers, aka the Thunderbolts, or I guess Thunderbolts
Other way
aka
around.
Avengers. same at this point.
Avengers
Yeah.
with the Z.
They, or sorry, are like the action sequences are among the best in Phase 5.
Let me look at my list.
Oh, in Phase 5, are the action sequences in Thunderbolts the best? One of the best. What does that mean? The best or like one of the top 3? Is that what you're saying?
The best, and I'm gonna go first.
Like
I'm gonna disagree.
top.
Yeah, it's like overall.
Okay.
Overall, is it better than one project in Phase 5? And I'm gonna disagree because we have Daredevil.
Yeah, I disagree because not only do we have Daredevil, but there were some amazing action scenes in Deadpool and Wolverine.
The cinematography for Deadpool and Wolverine, like even the fight scene between Wolverine and Deadpool in that first cut is like he jokes about it because he's like, check this out, look what we're about to do. Like,
if you think about it, there was only one real good fight scene, I think,
and it was in the vault.
Oh, okay, I guess there was 2 because the vault for sure.
Oh, and then the Sentry,
and then the tower. Yeah.
And then the tower fight. Yeah, I thought the vault fight was awesome.
I think Deadpool and Daredevil are better for
the
sure.
vault fight was awesome, except for when what's her face died.
Yeah.
But
R.I.P.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
This is going to be a good one. Agree or disagree? The post-credits scene overshadowed the actual plot of the whole movie, or overshadowed the whole plot of the movie.
What scene?
Post-credit scene.
Post-credit scene. Did it?
You're talking about the grocery store Wheaties box, right?
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Did it overshadow the whole movie?
Mm-hmm.
I disagree.
I disagree.
I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence about it.
I mean, I get that 100% because it is a huge post-credit scene, one of the biggest ones we've had in a long time.
It was one of the longest, if not the longest, post-credit scene we've had.
Right, but and I think you guys will all agree with this, the initial reaction once the credits started rolling, I already thought it was a great film. Like, I didn't need a post-credit scene, in all honesty. The post-credit
I would have been fine
scene,
with the grocery store one.
Right. The post-credit scene was literally just like, the cherry on top. Like, it literally made it even better. Like, my rating probably went from like a 9 point something to a little bit higher on a 9, like almost 10 probably. But yeah, I mean, it was a huge scene introducing that into the MCU and kind of leading into where they're going. But at the same time, I can't sit here and say it overshadowed the whole movie because I genuinely sat there right when the credits started rolling and they showed the pictures of the new Avengers. And I was like, this is a great film. I don't need anything else. I'm good.
Oh, yeah, we're getting some comments about it. They said disagree, however, it overshadows Fantastic Four. Yeah.
How would it... I mean, I could foresee saying like...
Does it spoil Fantastic Four?
No, because we already all know what's going to happen in that movie. But here's the thing, and I was reading more into this.
It definitely
here's the thing.
Like one of our guests just said, one of our viewers just said that as well.
There is a chance that it is not the Fantastic Four in that ship.
That's what I'm saying.
We don't know.
You don't see anyone. You don't see anyone. You see the logo.
You see the logo. You see the ship.
What if it's a Fantastic Four ship from a different universe? Like it could be
Doctor Doom in there. It could only be Franklin Richards in there. We don't know.
Oh, that's a crazy take. Wait a minute, Cameron.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
It literally
That's a good take. Anyone. I did not think it could just be his kid on the ship because
it could just be the kid.
Obviously showing how important the kid is, right?
Yes, that's why Galactus is there. He wants Franklin Richards because of what he can do.
Does he want Franklin Richards?
Yes.
I disagree with you on that point. I think we get Doctor Doom at the end of the movie, RDJ, and he tries to get Franklin Richards.
What if?
Okay, but I mean, it's kind of the same thing. Like,
same.
It's
like
it's same.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
What
same
if
concept.
The scene that they show in the trailer for Fantastic Four, where it obviously looks like she's giving birth. She has like the going translucent.
Yeah.
What if that is when they pop into this universe, and it's because Franklin Richards is coming to who he is as a person, like in that moment takes them from the other universe to this universe due to something dramatic happening in the other universe. Like That
Well,
could make...
Oh, sorry. Keep going. You're good.
No, you're good. What were you saying?
Oh, I was saying like I was gonna continue what you were going like because obviously you can tell she's giving birth in
Right.
space, right?
Right.
Remember in the trailer how Reed Richards is like, we opened like a portal, or we opened something in space that we don't know about. But what if it was Franklin Richards' birth that was that like doing that, and that
Exactly. Yeah.
triggered like a response to Galactus or something, or even
Right.
Doctor Doom in that sake.
Right. There's so many routes they could go with that one post-credit scene that there's no way you could say that it spoils Fantastic
Mhm.
Four, because we can have our assumptions of what's going to happen. We can predict everything we want, but they literally left us on the cliffhanger of all cliffhangers. Like, all right, well, there's ships here. What does that mean? So
We don't even like. There's just so many questions. We don't even know. Like, it could be Sam's Wilson Avengers who approached that situation first.
right.
You know what I mean? We don't know what's going to happen.
I think at the end of the day, it does. Yeah, I think it's hard because I got really excited when I saw the post credit scene.
Oh, I did. Yeah, we all.
I mean, I walked out of the theater and the only thing I talked about was the post credit scene. I went home. The first thing I talked about was the post credit scene. I called you guys. First thing I talked about was the post credit scene. The morning after, first thing we talked about was the post credit scene.
So we got someone in the chat saying that it spoils Superman.
Yeah. And How to Train Your Dragon.
Dude, we're getting a good summer movies, dude.
Dude, this is going to be a good
Jurassic
summer.
World. Like, so
this
many
is
good...
the last agree or disagree one I have. But agree or disagree, do you think it's the best MCU project since or it is the best MCU project since Endgame?
Hold on, I gotta think of all the movies and shows.
That is a good
Yeah,
question.
let me look at the list. MCU projects post Endgame. So like we're saying this is our number one since everything that came out since Endgame.
Yeah, you obviously have Doctor Strange, Spider-Man,
Wakanda
those are all big
Forever,
ones. Wakanda Forever.
Shang-Chi, Eternals, No Way Home.
I'm not gonna.
I have
be
my
biased.
answer.
I'm not gonna be biased. Go ahead, Cam.
Let me hold on. Oh, man. Oh.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, if you guys look at your top 10 lists that we texted each other, like top 10 MCU projects,
Oh yeah.
I think it's over everything after Endgame.
Let me find my list.
I think besides Austin, I think Austin put No Way Home.
That's why I said I'm not gonna be biased.
Yeah.
Here.
Okay, I agree.
Yeah.
I made my list and Thunderbolts is above. The only post Endgame that's under my list in top 10 is No Way Home and Shang-Chi in top 10.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree.
Biased me says disagree. Factual me says agree. Because as a fan of Spider-Man, it's like I hate reiterating the stuff that I already say in all of our podcasts. I feel like with it, but it's like Spider-Man: No Way Home for me was just such an unreal theater experience. Like I remember sitting there and literally just being like, "Bro, this is literally my childhood, my young adulthood, or my teenage years, my young adulthood, like all being brought into one with three people that play the same character, but they all play it so well and have their different quirks that make them in that role of this comic character that I love." However, with Thunderbolts, I think that in a factual standpoint and in terms of like production, cast, overall plot, like connection to the movie, it is a better film. It's probably the best film we've seen since Endgame for sure. But yeah, chiming in bias factor, I would probably say No Way Home. But at the same time, Thunderbolts is an unreal film.
Yeah, I would I disagree. I think No Way Home is a better movie than Thunderbolts as a whole.
I can understand that.
Like just everything, like movie theater experience, the actual movie itself. Like I know I have some hot takes against that Spider-Man movie.
Mm-hmm.
But overall I think it's a better, I think that's the only thing I think better. I would put Wakanda Forever up there too.
Yeah, definitely.
Because of how it
Those
made me
three.
feel.
Yeah.
And I was just like that was the only movie since I think in Spider-Man where Aunt May died, in No Way Home, that I really just got like emotional and I cried. I think that was there hasn't been a movie that topped Wakanda Forever and Spider-Man for me since Endgame. I think Thunderbolts is right there with it, but I don't think it's the best one. But
Like I said, yeah, No Way Home and Thunderbolts are definitely like right there with each other. There's different factors that play into which one I'm going to choose on any given day.
Yeah, our chat's like Thunderbolt is top 8 MCU film of all time. I would agree. I think it is top 8. Yeah, I think it's top 8 projects. So not even film, just like projects in general.
Someone in the chat asked you, Max, Aunt May or Yelena?
I'll take Tobey Maguire. I'll take Tobey Maguire's Aunt May any day over anyone.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'll take. My answer is there. It's Aunt May from Sam Raimi's Spider-Man,
When she gets yeeted by the Thing?
where she just gets thrown around the whole movie, dude. The whole trilogy, dude.
Goblin freaking explodes her house.
Yeah,
The
dude,
blast was like right behind her.
Yeah, that would have
Dude, she
ruined
gets
her.
thrown
I don't know how she didn't die.
She gets thrown by the octopus.
Yeah,
The octopus arm.
He literally drops her from a
drops her from a building.
I'm like,
Multiple
bro,
times.
she's like 90.
Multiple
She's
times.
she's hanging onto the statue with the umbrella. Oh.
She hits him. Shoots
Yeah.
him dead. Like none of our
Broke
Aunt Mays
his-
are gonna,
broke
none of
his
the, none of the new
glasses.
Aunt Mays will do
Oh
that.
my
dude.
god.
My least favorite Aunt May is probably
Amazing Spider-Man one.
Yeah, Andrew Garfield, because she didn't do anything.
She did nothing besides yell at him.
He got so mad. She did nothing. Literally, she
Yeah.
was like, I was like, whatever. Obviously, we have Marissa. What's her name? Marissa Tomei.
Marissa Tomei, I think.
Tomei, yeah.
Tomei.
She,
There you go.
She's a good
What do
one.
you got? She's a good
She's
one,
a good
huh?
one. Yeah, but my favorite is definitely Sam Raimi's Aunt May over anyone in the
Mhm.
MCU. Max Mir.
Spider-Man 2 pizza guy.
You're the Spider-Man 2 pizza guy.
Our chat is wild right now. Oh god.
Ashes, dust to dust. Oh boy. Oh god.
They're summoning a spell, bro. You gotta chill. You can't be
Yeah,
saying.
but I hope you guys like that little agree or disagree section.
Yeah, that's
I think
cool.
I think we're gonna put it in.
Definitely do that every
Put it
pod.
in every podcast. I think it's a good little thing. But dude, that's crazy. But yeah, I going into a next episode. I think we're gonna call it this one. But look forward to the next one. I think we're gonna talk about what I want to bring to you guys, if you guys are cool with it, is like talk about all the Avengers movies leading up, and including Thunderbolts, because I think that is like in a mini Avengers movie.
With a Z.
With a
Z. Avengers.
With a Z.
Avengers.
And so I think we should rank our Avengers movies, and I think we should all rewatch them.
Who
And then we should rank them.
who were they sponsored by? Wheaties, Tide.
Dude, so
NASCAR?
many
NASCAR?
things. On the back, there was like 30
Oh.
different ads.
What was it? Prime?
Xbox.
Prime
Prime
was
was
one
on
of
there.
them too.
Yeah, Prime was on there.
Dude, there was just so many
I'm gonna
ads.
let-
I shout out New Rockstars, but they actually went through and apparently every single one of those ads have all been ads throughout the entire MCU.
I agree. Chunky Tuesday just said in the chat we should bring on guests. Do you guys think we should have guests for the
Yeah,
next
yeah,
episode?
yeah, we could do that.
Might have a surprise for you guys. A surprise or 2 guests. Maybe 3. Who knows?
Crazy.
But I think we should we could give our rankings right now, just real quick.
Real quick. Okay.
Avengers 1, my least favorite Avengers movie, I know.
Oh, I was like, what are we doing? What?
Avengers 1, least favorite. Age of Ultron, up there. Are we counting Civil War as an Avengers movie?
It's a cat movie.
It's a cat movie.
It's a
Yeah, we'll just
bootleg.
talk about the rest, because I don't think it's going to change after the
I
rewatch,
think
but we'll see.
we're all just it's gonna be the same.
Yeah. We've talked about this before. Like
Yeah.
off podcast, but we
I guarantee our Avengers, because there's 4, it's gonna be the same.
Yeah, okay, well, that's true.
yeah, I mean Avengers 1's the best one out of all of them by far, for sure. Like
Yeah.
Really? You think Avengers 1 is I hate
Max, he's joking.
I hate the glaze that Avengers 1s get. It gets so much glaze. I remember watching theaters, I was like, this was stupid. It was like, I don't know if I said this was stupid.
Chunky Tuesday says Civil War is an Avengers movie.
no,
It's not, but
Cat
that's
movie.
okay.
Captain
okay.
America,
It's as much as an Avengers movie as Thunderbolts is in it.
and that's not an Avengers movie.
But you guys just said we're counting Thunderbolts as an Avengers movie.
I said Avengers with a Z. so-
Z. It's a bootleg. It's a Redbox Avengers movie.
It's a Redbox Avengers movie. That's
Remember
crazy.
Redbox, guys? That shit was crazy.
Avengers movies is Avengers 1, Age of Ultron, Infinity War,
When's the Emma
Endgame.
Frost cosplay? I don't think we're dressing up.
What?
And then we're getting Doomsday and then Secret Wars.
Yep.
That's it. That's Avengers.
Guys, we might be, our group of friends might be the only people that actually hate Avengers 1. I think we all agree that
Hate
Avengers
it?
1 is the
I
worst.
don't hate it.
I think we agree that Avengers 1 is the worst movie. Most underrated, Age of Ultron.
Ultron, yeah, Age of
Ultron
Ultron
was
most
great.
unrated.
Ultron
Yeah.
was a great movie, especially
Yeah.
when the scene with Pietro. Shit gets me every time, bro.
Yeah.
You didn't see that.
That was good, dude. But yeah, I think that's what we're going to talk about next episode. And then kind of go from there. We're going to have some guests on there. So,
I'm sure there'll be more news to come out that we could talk about too.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
We'll be,
We got
we'll be testing the
Doomsday. Oh yeah.
Doomsday news is popping off already, dude. It's
Popping
kinda
off.
crazy.
Popping off.
Everything's going crazy.
Robert Downey
RDJ
Jr.
doesn't care.
hosting.
He doesn't care. He's
Yeah.
like, I'm posting everything that has anything to do with Doom. I'm doing
Yeah.
it.
And anything
Yeah.
green. Literally anything green.
Yeah, well, I think, yeah, Big Cali Mo, we are going to rank them next podcast, dude. You might be in here. We'll see.
We're going to test the new timeout feature with their special guest.
Just time them out. Just be like, no.
Be like, oh, you're dead. Go ahead.
Just completely just take them off. We'll have our producer take them off. Shout out to our producer. Not going to drop his name right now, but the guy behind the chair.
Ned Leeds.
Ned Leeds. He's
pretty much
he's
good.
working hard right now. He's working hard right now. But I'll smack you. But yeah, so we'll go from there, and then yeah, we'll catch us on the next episode. We should. I think we're digging the live thing. I think it was fun.
That was fun. Yeah.
But cool. Yeah, I think we got some good stuff from this episode, and then catch you guys later. Austin, where can we find you at?
You can find me on Instagram at AustinCoil23, and you can also find me on Twitter at AustinCoil23, or Twitter formerly known as, or X formerly known as Twitter. Sorry, my fault. AustinCoil23 at 58, I believe.
I believe search it up, Cameron.
Yes.
Instagram, you could find me Cameron2428. X is Oglesby2428.
Dope. And you can find me on Max Aircat. You can find us on Instagram at The Hero Brew. We're doing a little rebranding, I think. We have a new logo. Go check it out. Follow us on there. And yeah. Thanks for joining us, guys. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate it.
Shout out the iPad for holding up.
Yo, thanks for brewing with us.
Thanks for
Can we do that? Could that be a thing? Could that be a thing?
I like that.
We'll work on it.
We'll work on it. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll work on something. Cool. Appreciate you guys. Peace.
All right. Later.
Late.